From the deepest bowels of your imagination.
Actually, he's from Canada there, bud.
From the famed Hodder Show Studios, this is The Hodder Show.
What is up, everybody? We are rolling audio here today on episode 90 of The Hodder Show. What's going on? I feel like it has been forever since we have had a chance to chat, to hang out. What do you think of that fancy new intro? Huh? That's pretty friggin' sweet, I think. I am pumped. My man, Mr. Brandon Bowden, the producer of The Hodder Show, the Kevin Dunn of The Hodder Show, ladies and gentlemen, sent that to me, something he worked on. I think it's friggin' sweet. I was so excited. We've kind of been fine tweaking that and a couple other things heading into the new year, which is why, of course, I took last week off to I guess, mentally prepare and recharge just a little bit. I had wanted to make sure I got that new intro 100% to the point where I was happy with it, which I pretty much was right from the beginning. A couple things we tweaked, and also I have a awesome new Jaybird Digital Arts spot to show you guys later, which I'm very excited for. I'm pumped as hell, guys, for 2017. We all know that 2016, even though it was a pretty great year for me in the sense of, personally, I mean, things were pretty great for me. Obviously, things are always great for me. I have a wonderful girlfriend, awesome friends, a wonderful family. From the point of the podcast, it was great. I had, there was the first full year of the podcast, so there was so much going on. I'm so happy with how things went. I'm happy with the way the end of the year went. As much as there was some negative stuff that happened last year with, all the celebrity deaths and all that kind of thing, I think everybody pretty much agrees that we're all heading into 2017 with the best, most positive attitude possible. I know I am. I'm very excited. If you couldn't tell, I'm happy to be back. I have a very awesome episode for you here today, guys. I actually sat down with two of my best friends in the whole world, the producer Brandon Bowden, Kevin Dunn of The Hodder Show, and the heel Ryan Wood, and we actually talked some wrestling. We talked about 10 wrestlers that we want to see come into the WWE in 2017. There's some awesome names on this list. All of them are indie people. There's one name specifically that everyone's going to know, but when we recorded this, it was actually the day that this individual kind of had a big situation happen. You'll know what I mean when it comes up. If you're a sports fan or a MMA fan or a wrestling fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a very great list. It was actually a list that Mr. Brandon Bowden came up with, and he came to me with the idea, and I said, you know what? That's a lot better than what I had planned for the first podcast of the new year. So let's go with that. So we're starting off with a bang. I am so excited. I'm so happy to be back in the swing of things. Episode 90. I can't believe that it is. It's come this far. I'm still just blown away by all the support, guys. So thank you all very, very much. But without further ado, I want to just roll right into this podcast here. It's top 10 wrestlers that we want to see signed by the WWE this year. Let's get into it. All right, so we're live from the kitchen table in the kitchen of the Hodder Show Studios, aka my basement apartment. We're hanging out with two of my buddies. We're gonna talk some wrestling. We're here with he has a lot of different nicknames. I seem to change them all the time, but right now he's the producer. He is the Kevin Dunn of the Hodder Show. Mr. Brandon Bowden.
Kevin Dunn.
And then, of course, we have joining us to my left. This is actually nice. I can actually look to my right and my left, and I see you guys. It's awesome because usually you're all on the right side, and it sucks. We have
small victories in life.
It's a very small victory.
He's trying to do my intro.
I'm trying to do an intro. He weighs in tonight. I was gonna do David Penzer, but I decided not to.
Better not talk about my weight. I'll leave.
He weighs in tonight.
I didn't think he was that
on
bad.
Ontario's favorite son.
Okay, finish his intro.
The heel Ryan Wood.
Because I actually don't mind it.
Ryan Wood.
That wasn't even funny. Okay.
Yeah, why'd you laugh?
Okay, so we're hanging out. We're goofy. We're having some beers. But we want to talk some wrestling. We want to have a very specific list that Brandon actually did up. He came to me with this idea, and I was like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Since it's the beginning of the new year, this is the first podcast of the new year, episode 90. Last year was a good year overall. Obviously, there was some shit that happened. Just shut up. Ron's giving me a dirty look. Yeah, a lot of bad shit happened last year, but in the sense of wrestling is concerned,
It was a great year for us.
it was a great year for wrestling.
Sure. The only good thing that happened was some couple of idiots dropped the tag belts.
Oh, yeah, well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You know,
True
the best.
Wyatt supporter he is.
What was the best thing about last year? The heel Ryan Wood making his debut into the world of the internet.
I'm torn on that.
Yeah.
There's so many moments to the point. I think what really helped the WWE, as much as I don't want to say it, AJ Styles coming to the WWE is probably one of the better
I would
things.
say that was the top thing of last year.
That pushed
the Styles coming in.
Yeah, pushed them to a new level.
But because we're talking about Styles coming in, that kind of thing, Brandon has this list, and what he did was he picked 10 males and female wrestlers that he would like to see come in this next year. Now, some of them, obviously, they're under contract, blah, 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 blah.
Some
So,
just signed contracts. I'm pretty sure like one of them was like, I had a guy come in and tell me about the guy signing a contract as I was writing it all out.
a lot of this is fantasy more than anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to name off the guy where we would like to see him go. We're going to talk a tiny little bit about maybe some fantasy booking for him or her, and just kind of see what happens.
I feel bad because I didn't put more females on the list. There's one female on the list. She's like one of my favorites that isn't in WWE right now.
Yeah, but
Did
I
they
mean,
did they sign the crazy lady that you were talking about?
Crazy
Yes,
Rita
they did.
Upton,
Yes.
she's in-
That would be
she's
the
in,
only
like,
person I'd throw
really
out.
See, she
low
would-
end developmental right now, which she'll be out of soon.
Well, before we start this, can I throw out some honorable mentions? These are the guys I don't want to get into, but I thought should be added to the list.
Yeah.
sure.
Maria Kanellis, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Kanellis. Maria should be hopefully coming back, and another.
But she also wants to get. I think she wants to go back to school and start having
Yeah.
kids and stuff like that. So I doubt
she's a stretch, and the only other person I'd add to that list would be Moose. I'd love if Big Moose came in.
Yeah.
But that's all I have to say for
If I'm
honorable
TNA, I'm
mentions.
holding on to Moose as hard as I can,
Yeah.
just because he's
God,
like
yeah.
all I got left at this point.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, that's all I want to say, boys. I was looking at the list, and those
Well-
are two I'd want to throw in.
I have one honorable mention.
Okay.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, he was like, because if he comes back, it's going to be for like a small run. and that's when
Exactly.
He's a
done, right?
fantasy Royal Rumble.
These are guys that are
he's
like-
my fantasy Royal Rumble pick.
That's
is Kurt
another
Angle.
podcast.
For the most
That
part,
was
these
it.
are guys
And
that they
Taz.
can bring in and
And Taz. I want Vince
a neck
McMahon to
brace?
pay Taz like $5 million out of zero. And I want him to come in, just walk into the ring. Someone helps him up to the ring. Because he's so worried about
Height
taking a
joke.
bump.
I think it was a hype joke.
No, not at all. It just because he was saying on his audio on demand show, yeah, I got it. That he's like, no one's touching me. No, I'm not taking a bump.
Okay, so you started listening to it a little bit.
I was in your car.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right.
I'm a
You
big fan
were
of the Taz show.
I love the Taz
I don't like
show.
that he stole
The
my
Taz show
gimmick,
is-
but
What?
the harder show, the Taz show. Come on,
Oh yeah, I know.
give me a break.
It's a hack.
Same with Josta, that hack. Anyway, I didn't steal his entire gimmick.
He stole my gimmick too. He says I digress all the time.
Oh yeah, bugger. But anyway, he comes in. Someone like helps him up.
He's like, maybe I do. He says there, he's like, I'd maybe come back in the Rumble suplex somebody for $700. He's like, maybe $500. Give me $5, I'll do it.
Let's say is like just have him come in, suplex a guy, choke someone out, and then just look around and just walk out of the ring.
Yeah.
Because he's like,
I'm not getting thrown out of the ring. I'm going over the top rope and leaving.
yeah, because he's like, the only way I could see it is if like someone throws him, but like literally like 10 guys catch him.
I hate you guys.
Then I'd be like, come on, Taz, don't come on.
The fact that we're talking about Taz coming to the Royal Rumble is embarrassing.
No, it's not. Screw you. Taz is one of my favorite guys.
That'll have to be a podcast in itself.
That's a-
Rumble,
yeah,
Rumble predictions.
Oh, that's gonna be a podcast.
Just coming back. I think we need
We'll need to do this.
the expanded panel for that.
Can we do a fourth man? Can we have the a Ted DiBiase to our
Who's the
NWO?
fourth man?
To be honest, no. Keep going.
Take care.
Take care.
So anyway, Kurt Angle's my honorable mention I wanted to mention. But is there anyone you have an honorable mention you wanted to say before we start, Brandon? Someone that's not on this list, maybe?
Just trying to think of guys who aren't in the WWE right now that could maybe Curtis Axel. I digress.
Sick. I was actually going to be serious about that. War Machine is a tag team I'd love to
War
see.
Machine, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they're gone from
Yeah.
Ring of Honor, too. I think they're just left the business. They would have been an honorable mention 3 years ago.
Maybe Kyle O'Reilly would be an honorable mention.
Maybe, yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of guys from Ring of Honor in here. I don't want to strip Ring of Honor. Or maybe like
gotta be
Tetsuya
careful.
Naito
Yeah.
from New Japan. Tetsuya Naito would be kind of cool.
Johnny
Shinsuke
Mundo.
Nakamura.
Johnny Mundo would be nice to come back.
I was waiting to see you catch that because that was like everyone's fantasy pick from New Japan for so long. Well, him and Balor, obviously.
Yeah.
I'd like to see I like to see the Machine Gun Carl Anderson come in for a run.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
The real one, not the one they sent to
not the-
WWE.
Not the Good
Yeah.
Brothers.
Not the no. I want the no. I want the, I want the Good Brothers. I just want the real Good Brothers, not these.
GUDBRUDERS. Good Brothers.
There you go. I want the Good Brothers. I want the Hoots. I don't want friggin' whatever the hell this is. I still love them. But anyway, we're totally off track here, so I'm going to go ahead and be a good host and pull it back. We're going to pull it back. And we're going to get into our list here. So I'll name off the person,
Okay.
and then you tell me where you would like them,
Okay.
and so on and so forth.
In bed.
In bed.
The first one, yes, I would like
In
it.
bed.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is...
It's not who you think.
Yeah, no. If I'm not mistaken, this guy's like one of your favorite...
He's
like,
my favorite wrestler who's not in WWE right now.
Yes.
Wow.
So at our number 10, we have Mr. Dalton Castle.
Dalton Castle is probably the guy on this list with the most character out of anybody who's on the
for
indies
sure.
right now. I don't think there's anybody else who is as creatively charismatic as Dalton Castle. I mean, the first memory I have of Dalton Castle was watching him come to the ring, use two men as steps to get into the ring, talk to Jay Lethal, use these men as furniture, and piss off Jay Lethal. That was my first recollection of ever seeing Dalton Castle. Now it's just I watch like anything he'll do. I'll just watch. I'll listen to any podcast he's on. He's a character.
He's very, very eccentric.
Now, if he's going anywhere, he's going to be in NXT. He's
for sure.
prime NXT material because I think Vince would be a little standoffish to have him on the main roster.
Oh, yeah. Look what they did with Tyler Breeze. Kind of like a
doesn't
similar
work,
style.
yeah.
Yeah, but Dalton Castle, he blurs the lines of like sexuality.
True.
He,
Yeah,
like people was
he
like, is
does.
he gay? Is he? No, he's just flamboyant. Like,
He's a
and he has,
flamboyant guy.
his boys. Now, if you don't know who his boys are just basically he has servants basically who just
His manservants.
Yeah, and he uses them as they kneel down. He walks on them to get up to the ring. He doesn't use stairs. He's Dalton Castle. He steps on these men's backs to get up into the ring. And they're like, at first, I'm pretty sure whoever was running Ring of Honor was like, oh, you want girls for this and all that? And he's like, no, give me guys.
Yeah.
He's like, it'd be weirder.
Stands out more.
Yeah, he's like, and so it's like he blurs the lines of sexuality and like, I think the way I had it, I have like a couple people I'd pair him off with in like storylines, and as a face, the one guy I really want to see him against is Tino Sabbatelli.
Let me get tilt.
Yeah.
And the whole storyline I had thought up was Tino Sabbatelli doesn't like the whole idea of him being so.
Yeah.
Hey,
Classic.
what exactly are you, man? Like what?
Classic Macho Man Gold Dust
Exactly.
kind of deal.
Like
Yeah.
very yeah, exactly. Kind of like almost.
Because
I would see it as
Tino's
almost like
a football player, ex-football
yeah,
player.
very
stuff,
macho, and he's like, what's going on with this guy? This guy's weird, and Castle comes up, be like, salutations, Mr. Sabbatelli, and just freak him
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
And
Just classic
just
Goldust.
lay on his boys and just be like, you want some of me, Sabbatelli? I'm like, dude, that'd be so funny. But it would be, you could never do it main roster. It would have to be on
Yeah,
NXT.
it'd have
That's
to
why
be
you
like
need
a-
prime NXT material.
Just entry level too. Like no, I don't want to say low card, but like because Tino's not
Mid-card?
going to be in the mid card.
Dalton Castle could raise Tino Sabbatelli up to the main.
Oh, 100% he
Because
could.
Dalton Castle's, and the other note I have on here too is perfect candidate if you wanted to make him a heel. Make him the first mid-card title holder in NXT, like
Yeah.
a network title
Something
or a
like-
television
yeah.
title.
The NXT television title. How many times have I said? How
I think
great
if we
would that
see
be?
a title like that in WWE, it's going to be a network title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The NXT
Where it's
network.
only defended on the network, and like that'd be,
It's never defended live or anything. It'd be same idea as a television champion.
you can do it live because like everything NXT does is on the network, I guess. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's only.
I know what you're saying.
Or
though.
it's only defended at NXT shows. It's not defended at takeovers. It's not.
Yeah, they'd figure it out. They could do it.
But I think he'd be if you wanted to bring him in as a heel, which
he
would be hard
brings
to
in
do.
this belt.
Oh, God,
It
yeah.
wouldn't be hard to bring him as a heel.
Well, look at me. I have this WWE Network Championship, but none of you can have it.
yeah,
And you know,
like
be
just
like,
it
okay,
writes
I'm in.
itself.
Because it would bring enough heats, like, who are you to the NXT fans to come in here, have,
Exactly.
have
those
your
fans
own
are so
belt.
hardcore that it'd be like
yeah,
they'd be
they-
pissed, but they'll also be happy because Dalton Castle's there.
And that's why he works, because to me, NXT reminds me so much of Ring of Honor. It's a quaint little house show with some of the most
Exactly.
dedicated fans, so they will get on board with it.
NXT that kind of has that similar fan base too, where they're so dedicated to what they're seeing.
Yeah.
They're
But lately
real
it's been
wrestling
like
fans.
everywhere. I don't know
Yeah.
what exactly they're doing at NXT. Like they had the show this week that was from Japan. I think they're just giving them the talent some time
Yeah.
off. But it's been really weird lately how like they've been doing like Australia, Japan. It's like they're on a world tour.
Australia, mate. Me.
Melbourne, Australia. Went to go see me NXT. So also met with Joe on a fucking cage match.
Oh, he's still got a pretty good arm. He looks like he can give a tussle.
Shout outs to Adelaide, Australia. The thing
This
about
guy
podcasts.
won that stupid match, though. He hitched him out right into that cage.
Well, you don't even know what you're talking about, Shane.
Shove it.
I didn't realize that Buddy Murphy was Australian.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love that. He doesn't sound Australian. He hit
He's
his.
more talented than Wesley Blake, too.
Oh, shit.
Same.
Shots fired.
Which
Same
one's the one with
false.
the really like bad EDM theme?
All of them? No.
No, it was Blake and Murphy when they were a tag team.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
but-
know which one of their entrance themes was the other.
Blake has EDM.
Isn't that what Blake has now? No, I don't know. I haven't seen Blake in a while.
I don't know. I haven't seen.
Murphy's the more
Buddy Murphy has a
masculine
match.
buffed one.
Buddy Murphy has a match next week with Ty Dillinger.
That'll be
He's
good.
on a tag. He's on a tag team with Ty Dillinger against Bobby Roode and like Andrade Cien Almas or something like that.
That's weird.
He's a random match.
Whatever.
but-
Yeah.
I don't.
I
It
like
might
Buddy
not be
Murphy.
Almas, but
Everyone rips on
that
him.
guy is a freaking born heel though. Almas.
Yeah.
I hate that guy, and
I need to catch up on NXT.
He's not even
but
like a bad guy that like everybody hates. He's just like nobody likes
he's a
him.
heel. And what's so great about it? My favorite thing about Buddy Murphy is the fact that everyone's like been ripping on him lately on Alexa's Instagram. Anytime he like comments or says or like shares a picture with her or whatever, because like they've been dating for like 2-3 years or so.
Really?
And like they're like, oh, way to like marry up or whatever, or like try and sleep away to the top. People are like ripping on it. I mean, he's like,
Alexa
sorry
Bliss-
that
Alexa Bliss
the-
is too mainstream hot now. I'm over her. I liked her when she was hipster hot.
hipster hot.
Yeah.
What do you mean when she was
NXT.
hot?
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah.
That's why Alexa
All right.
Bliss.
Anyways, moving on.
I don't disagree. Anyway, so Dalton Castle.
Dalton Castle.
You want to put him with Tino? I see some other names on the list here.
I have Ty Dillinger, No Way Jose, Tino Sabatelli, and Elias Sampson, and Andrade Almas.
Similar.
What the hell would you do
storylines.
with him and Elias?
Same thing you do with the
Elias
rest
is
of
so
them.
weird though. Like I feel like I wouldn't buy that.
I'd start building Elias to actually start beating people up with the guitar now, and like just like out of nowhere, like to save everybody is Dalton Castle for the music, because now he's actually starting to sing in front of the crowd.
Oh yeah.
And
So
like
that'd be him
actually,
coming as
instead
the
of
face.
squash, he should just squash the crowd by singing to them for half an hour, and they think there's no help coming, and then Dalton Castle comes out, just takes the guitar and smashes it over Elias Sampson's head.
Nice. Just smash it in front of him. Great. So you start a story right there.
Yeah,
The flamboyant Dalton Castle had enough of his music.
just smashes Elias.
You
Sampson's
should be
guitar.
one of my boys.
Elias, I'll never be one of your boys. I'll just go get another guitar. Oh.
Oh, so hardcore. No, I like last sentence. But anyway, so Dalton Castle. That was number 10. Anything else you want to add on
Nah, that's
Dalton
pretty much
Castle?
it.
Cool. So moving off the list here, number 9, we have probably my number 1 picks too.
Let's
Actually,
just say I had a premonition with this one.
the premonition, the Broken Hardys.
So this would be the whole package. I want.
Oh yeah, I want all.
Like I mainly did it so I could get Senior Benjamin.
Yeah, same here. I want to see Senior
I
Benjamin.
want to see Senior Benjamin on SmackDown
I want an
having
authentic
matches against Heath Slater.
and winning with a taser.
That's the only thing I didn't agree with that pick is that you wanted the whole
Broken
package.
Hardy.
You just want to bring back the Hardy Boys, but it's the Broken
Yeah.
Hardy Boys.
Yeah, but
works
it's-
perfectly. Senior Benjamin.
No, you need the whole.
Now, if
No,
they
'cause
didn't,
it would-
okay,
it
now if
doesn't
they
fit
didn't
with
book,
WWE.
if they didn't book the Wyatt, I think the Wyatt should have stayed together for a long time.
Yes.
Like they're not technically broken up yet, but it's like
Well,
you know,
Braun Strowman's gone and Rowan's dead.
But I wanted it. No, I like the idea
Or
of
Rowan.
Wyatt, Orton, and Harper just going around and they just have those belts. They own those belts
Yeah.
for like a year.
Yeah, I was surprised
and
they
then
lost
Wyatt,
them
you know,
so quick.
and then Bray's just like, oh man, like no one here can beat us for these belts, man. And then all I hear is like piano music fade in. It's like you know and there's like a Wyatt montage, but it's the Hardys and it's just a different kind of thing. And it's like, Mr. Wyatt, you knew I'd come. I'd be
And
like,
just they come in
it's like,
and-
oh.
That'd be cool.
Because Bray would sell it. He would just have a big smile on his face saying
Because
yes.
Wyatt would be like, hey, now there's finally somebody who can talk with me.
Yeah.
You know,
can
that
you
would be
imagine the conversations those two would have promo wise in ring?
Oh my
Like,
god! Like just
you
the
wouldn't
idea
even-
of somebody calling Bray Wyatt an obsolete mule. Just-
You obsolete mule. You know,
and like,
Vanguard.
just- it would be-
Vanguard
it would
one
be
comes
like
in.
Delete or Decay. It would be like
Yeah.
the thing they had with Decay, but better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you
Is it- and
wouldn't
WWE's
need Orton for
production.
that. Because you just need Luke. Just have Luke who doesn't talk, Jeff who doesn't talk, and then just have Bray. And
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not saying you need Orton there, but it's like that dynamic of having them be so dominant that nobody can stop them because Orton, you know, and Orton adds to that dominance, and then just
Absolutely.
finally have freaking, you know, the Hardys show up and you, like I said, oh, why you knew I'd come, like,
Yeah.
and just in that stupid accent he does, which always changes.
It's-
And like,
it's-
just imagine that moment if that just happened where the lights go off and you hear Matt Hardy say that, the place would erupt.
There would be no one left sitting
SmackDown
down.
would be must-watch TV.
Oh god.
I think SmackDown already is pretty much must-watch TV. But it'd be even more so.
It's good, but like they've been. SmackDown's been good, but it hasn't been must-watch.
No.
Neither Raw nor SmackDown lately have been must-watch TV.
SmackDown's missing a factor, and Raw needs to.
SmackDown's missing the factor is they need a thicker roster. Their roster's so thin that it's hard to.
Well, they got
keep
Dean
up with.
Ambrose. That's their whole reliance.
Don't we started
right
on Dean Ambrose. Trust me, I
Yeah,
had
it's-
another list that involved people I didn't want to see in WWE in 2017. Guess
Dean
who's number
Ambrose
one
is
there?
number one.
I'm so sick of those freaking lunatic lariats, his stupid punches, but I digress.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Baron Corbin is like in their top card right now, which don't get me wrong, I ain't mad at it.
Did you get a chance to
Yeah.
watch the triple threat match?
Yeah.
They let Corbin dominate.
And I love Corbin. He's one of my favorite guys, but
Think about it. You watched Baron Corbin dominate the world champion for a little bit.
yeah. And I was like, you know what? Like, I mean, if they give him the world title, I'm gonna be like, okay, listen, like,
But they're doing
I
it
like
right. They
Corbin,
didn't.
but
They're doing it right. They didn't, but he also didn't eat the pin.
exactly.
Dolph ate the pin, which Dolph just, Dolph's like an
Dolph.
all-you-can-eat pin buffet.
Even though you guys went off there, you guys made me think. If Jeff didn't follow Matt, if Matt Hardy ever came back as Broken Matt, I would almost love to see him go against Corbin. Some big dominant brute that
Yeah.
he just puffs up his chest to. And he's like, "Yep, you are obsolete. You are nothing but a big man that belongs in the '80s. I am here to go for your Universal of title,
the title of the universe.
title of the universe."
The title of the Universals.
I will turn you into nothing but an obsolete mule.
That'd be perfect. Because what's Corbin gonna do? He's just gonna look at him and be like, "Another bug I have to squish."
Yeah, that's
So-
exactly. He'd just be like,
Matt
"Ugh."
Hardy ain't no cruiserweight.
Eh,
He's close.
if he lost 100 pounds, he would. Back
Matt
to
Hardy's
his
a lot
zero.
thicker than he was back then.
Yeah,
Matt,
he
Matt
bulked
Hardy had a
up.
couple cruiserweight championships.
He did,
light,
yeah,
light
he did.
heavyweight championships.
No cruiserweight and cruiserweight.
After
Yep.
WCW
Really?
died,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Oh, I thought he was only light
You're
heavyweight
barking up the wrong tree with me with Matt Hardy trivia.
Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about it has been.
Oh, okay. You know what?
Anyways,
I'm gonna reach across that
smells
table and put you in the
that
iron
smells
claw.
like we move into number 8.
Number 8, we have another TNA faithful as of right now, Mr. EC3.
How can you not like Ethan Carter III?
He's good.
He's
good.
honestly, you don't want Lex Luger suing you for gimmick infringement. EC3 is the total package.
Yeah.
Size,
I'm
mic
gonna get
skills,
sued now.
mic
Oh,
skills,
hang on.
size.
The phone's ringing.
There we go.
Hello.
Phone call.
Yeah, no. Hello. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Lex? Yeah, okay.
This is Lex Luger. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hear you, Mr. Luger. I do. No. I understand. I appreciate that, sir. Yes, and God be with you. Yeah, he's not suing me, but he's gonna pray for me.
I feel like Lex is like that really lax guy. He's like, I wouldn't even care.
Because he never had a career to do anything about it. He can't
Not
talk
really,
shit.
yeah,
I think it was I can't remember who told the story.
I like Lex Luger now more than I did back then.
He's
Oh, yeah.
better than Sting, which is nice.
Oh God, that's an
I'd take-
interesting.
Anyways, EC3.
EC3.
I don't know much
Good
about him.
good size guy. He looks like a champion. He looks like a Rock. He looks like the Rock, but without a tan almost. Sometimes when I look at him, I'm like, this guy's the Rock. He just doesn't have the tan.
Doesn't have the mic skills.
No, nobody has the mic
Yeah,
skills.
he can't even-
As much as I don't like the Rock, nobody has the mic
No,
skills.
I
of the
mean,
Rock.
in general, when it comes to EC3, his in-ring talent's better than his mic skills, which
Yeah.
says a lot because he can talk.
Yeah, he can talk. He's just that good in the ring, and I think like a guy like The Miz, he would pair it up with well. That's why I had
Yeah,
going to
that'd be
SmackDown
good.
Live. Just Miz
100%.
saying there's nobody on SmackDown could take me.
I need some players.
I don't want to take on Renee Young's boyfriend anymore. Okay, I don't want to take him on anymore. EC3.
He just shows up and he's like,
And
I
everybody
heard
would mark out for EC3 and Miz going at it.
Oh, God, yeah.
They'd have
be
a great
be
match.
great chemistry too. You know,
I mean, he's it wouldn't be like Ziggler Miz match, but it'd be
it'd be good.
pretty damn good. Like Ziggler is so good that he could just make everybody look like $1 million.
Speaking of the Miz, you know what I watched the other day that was just a treat to witness?
Total Divas.
No, thank God. I love how they're still calling it Total Divas though.
Love Total Divas.
Because it's all about the bells, basically.
Yeah, because they don't involve any of the girls that were involved in the Divas Revolution and not Natalia, Charlotte, Becky,
Yeah, fair.
all that. It's all the women that have the personalities of divas.
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly.
And I feel like if you have the personality of a diva, it's no longer a derogatory
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's how they live their
Well,
lives.
look at Mariah Carey as a perfect example.
Yeah, she's
And
a
it's
diva.
perfect diva, and it's not a bad thing. It's just
you can be a
that's her
diva and be
personality type.
empowering to women. I think.
Exactly.
100%. Oh, for sure. But it was Santa's Little Helper movie he did with Paige. Oh, it was just a treat to witness.
I hate Paige.
Okay, let's not.
We're
get
not going to
ahead of
talk about
ourselves.
Paige, but EC3, SmackDown Live, go against The Miz.
Yeah, I'd put them on SmackDown Live because that roster needs as much help as it can
They
get.
do.
They do a good show, but they have no roster to work with.
They need like a solid like.
When you
10
get
more
Kurt
people.
Hawkins walking around with a cane, you know you have something wrong in your brand where you have nobody like.
Well, that's why they did the mistake where
Kurt
205 is its own
Hawkins.
show. They should have had it where the cruiserweight division was just in SmackDown, still a 2-hour
That
show.
would have thickened up the roster so much.
Yeah.
Easily. They don't need it. They don't need all these separate shows.
I mean, 205 Live is a really good show though.
doesn't matter. You
205 Live is
thin
a
out
funny-ass
you
show.
thin out the herd just to make another show to make another buck.
Well, they didn't really
Not
thin it
more
out. They just sent all the reinforcements they had to their own show.
Still a little weird.
Because there was a lot of cruiserweights who weren't getting their time on Raw.
Yeah,
So that's why you put them.
like no,
and
I'm
you split them
dar.
out. Yeah, who cares?
Alicia Fox.
But EC3 is a much needed.
No, EC3 would
Addition.
do
He'd be great,
wonders for, and he could eventually get to that WWE Championship spot. It wouldn't be that, but it wouldn't be that big of a stretch.
Oh, 100%. So EC3, number 7, definitely a good pick. Now this next one, number 6, this is probably the most interesting pick on the list.
Actually,
I
no, number
think.
8. Yeah, number 7 is actually something different. I actually screwed up the order of the list.
That's okay.
I forgot there's 2 women on this list, but there's
Number
you'll
6,
see
I would
why.
have said this is the most obvious one. If I'm reading the list right, this is
the
the most
actual
obvious person. To
number
come.
7 is Veda Scott.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not the obvious
So
one.
I'm confused.
We're just
so-
reading the
10,
list wrong,
9.
kid. 7.
EC3 is 8. Veda Scott
He
is
flipped
7,
it.
6. And
Technical difficulties,
I know what I'm
people.
doing.
Oh, I
made
see
notes.
what you're saying.
I made notes for
So
it.
this is okay. Excuse me, guys. That was my fault. So EC3 was number 8.
Yes.
I see what I did wrong. See, it's like a teleprompter. I just read what's in front of me, and I don't think anything of it. So number 7.
Because you notice how there's no 8 here.
Yes, I see, but I'm I'm a
We'll
professional
skip over Veda
broadcast
Scott when we get
journalist.
there. But Veda Scott is my number 7.
Yes.
Can you tell me why? Because she's nothing more than a glorified valet. She's a great valet. I'll say that right off the bat. She was wonderful.
Watch Women of Honor.
I have.
She's an amazing wrestler. She can work.
How long ago were some of her best matches?
I don't know her.
She's had recent matches where she works all the time. Indies. Not just Ring of Honor. Just saying. Indies, she works.
Yeah,
It's
indies.
very intense.
There's a big indie wrestlers don't have the same caliber in my opinion.
And remember,
as
I'm not saying these people have to come
so
in just to
angry.
wrestle either.
I think she'd be great as a valet. You bring her up as she was with the House of Truth with
Yeah,
Jay
with Truth
Lethal.
Martini and Jay
no
Lethal,
idea. I don't
Donovan
know.
Dijak. Yes.
I don't know how to describe her then to you. She would be.
She's
I know who she is,
she's
but I'm
got
not that
she's got
familiar
an
with her
amazing
career.
look.
Oh, God,
First
yeah.
thing, she's a gorgeous girl. Amazing look. And she's got mic skills out the wazoo.
I've heard her talk before. She's a good talker.
Incredible how she heard, like, I watched her promos and they do like these tape promos and all that, and like she gets behind what she says.
Yeah.
For me, it wasn't her. She's a good wrestler. She can work. But with me, it was more the personality she can bring.
Mm-hmm.
And that women's division needs more personality. They got
Absolutely.
really good workers. They got Becky Lynch who can work her ass off. They got Charlotte works her ass off. Sasha work her ass off. They got, they have all these girls who can work. But their mic skills aren't that great. Sasha, I don't want to hear Sasha talk anymore, to be honest.
Her and Charlotte. They're just
Charlotte, I'm okay with talking because like
They're
she
basic.
she has more freedom because she's a heel. Sasha has to be this. I wanted to do this since I was a little girl, and like for Bailey that works. For Sasha, I can get.
I feel like Sasha needs to turn heel.
I'm getting tired of it.
She doesn't need to turn heel. She just has to ride that line.
I want to see like a girl like Veda can come in and just be a badass.
Yeah.
She can work. She can be a badass. She could be like a perfect foil for a Bailey. Like a perfect obstacle to get over and be like, or she'd be good doing what Dana Brooke does now,
Yeah.
but just not being Dana Brooke.
Have talent.
Because Dana Brooke, she's I don't want to like pile on Dana
She's an
Brooke 'cause
NXT
like,
girl.
she should be an NXT still. She should still be refining her skills down in NXT. She's just not ready yet.
No.
But that was, you could say that about Apollo Crews too. You could say that about freaking
A couple of people that they brought up too early.
yeah. But so yeah, Veda Scott
Was the number 7.
number 7.
Do you put her on
Number
Raw or
7.
SmackDown?
I think she could go either or.
Yeah.
I don't think-
But
I don't think
probably
it's
on
really
Raw
matter.
because Raw has less depth in the women's division, while SmackDown has a little more depth.
Yeah.
Just not as much skill.
Because they're riding on 3 people basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with Raw is they've got 3.
So if I had to
That's what
lean
I mean.
somewhere, I'd say
Sasha,
Raw or
Bailey.
NXT, but I could see her working in either.
Yeah.
She probably started
NXT has NXT's backed themselves into a corner women wise. They've made Asuka so powerful and so strong in that
Yeah.
division. I don't know who takes her off that pedestal.
As of right now, who could beat her?
Nia Jax, they've said she's going back to fight her.
She did. That was just a show for Japan.
No, I mean, like, that's what they should just do, a period.
Yeah,
Make her go
but
back.
they've even they had her go over Nia Jax too. I mean, you've backed yourself into a corner now.
Because who's she gone over in lace recently? Nia Jax, who's the
Nia
big
Jax,
powerhouse.
she's
Mickey
mowed
James.
over Liv Morgan, Mickey James. Like, it's like, okay, who are you gonna put her against?
What about
now?
Ember Moon? I see her being.
You can, yeah, you could, but I don't buy Ember Moon beating her either.
You had to buy it with a
Yeah.
roll up, something just like cheesy.
The only person I could see is Billie Kay because she has Peyton Royce sitting next to her and be
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll screw her up and I'll screw her over, and that's how it went.
I think
so
there's
Billie Kay's the
ways,
only
but
person
I know
could
what you're
see.
saying. I know what you're saying, though. They have kind of backed us in the corner. But speaking of women and that kind of thing, it brings us to our number 6, correct? This
Yes.
is now all good? Okay. Okay.
This
we're
is
good.
the obvious choice, in my opinion.
Number 6, which was the more.
This one's never going to happen, I don't think.
No, but they've hinted at this since
Yeah.
WrestleMania
What, like 2 years
31,
ago?
that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that is Miss Ronda Rousey. Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Oh, God, if she ever called herself that, that'd be.
She used to.
Yeah, but in actual WWE, if she actually called
Yeah.
herself. She called
Well,
herself Rowdy Ronda.
but it'd be a tribute to Roddy
Exactly.
if she did.
Roddy would've liked
I feel like she'd do it once and just be like, it's a
Maybe.
tribute.
Okay, she
Wear
doesn't
the
want to
T-shirt or something, but
Come on, little skirt.
Hot
you know.
Ronda?
yeah. Let's be real.
Hot
That'd be kind of
Ronda
funny.
Rousey.
I'd mark it. for
We
that,
talked
actually.
about this before we turn on the mics. The only way there's a couple of reasons why she probably won't come. She wins her next pay-per-view match. Why the heck would she ever come back
Yeah,
to WWE? She's going to go back
exactly.
on a winning
Yeah.
streak. Let's see if she can go for the belt. Who knows how long that takes, since the UFC can take... You may have 2 matches in a year. So that's not good for the WWE trying to bring her in. And you brought up a good point. If she wants to start a family, why she has to do a lot of development training for wrestling.
Yeah.
It's done.
She would have a lot of work
She
to
could
do.
never go to NXT.
No, you got to bring her
She'd
to
have
the
to be
main
main roster, and she needs training to actually know how to work.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the MMA background is going to help speed up
Yeah,
that process, but she still needs to know how to work.
She'd be a brawler submission specialist.
She'd
if she
be
came in.
Brock Lesnar. Watch Brock Lesnar coming into the WWE back when he left the UFC, and that's the style you would be working with.
Yeah,
with
that's the
Brock.
thing is the thing she would need to learn is pull a punch.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Just that touch style, that touch catch can style, where
But
you're not.
they have the staff there to
Yeah.
work that in. Like, just pair her up with Fit.
Yeah.
Pair it with someone like Fit and with what's her name? The woman who's down there who was
Sarah
on the
Amato?
that was her name, Sarah. Two
Sarah
of them,
Del Rey
just
is-
Sarah.
sorry.
Yeah,
That was her work name, I'm pretty sure.
have her work with the two of them for like a year.
Yeah.
Don't forget
And
who we're
she's
talking-
good.
Don't forget she is still Ronda Rousey. No matter what people have said, her record in the UFC speaks for itself. You put her against Charlotte or anybody, she has to go over. If you have it where she loses matches really quickly,
I don't think she would. I don't think she ever would lose quickly.
no,
But
you almost need a Tatanka career where she almost goes a full year, and that sounds crazy. Like ultimately, it sounds like a stupid decision, but
I think
someone
it sounds
so
crazy just
beastly
to
as-
compare Ronda Rousey and Tatanka. in
yeah,
general. It's just funny.
that's pretty crazy.
How so?
That you just made
Tatanka
that.
went on
No,
a
just
year,
the, no,
a
just
year
the
long.
idea of like putting
Yeah, where is
Tatanka
he?
next to Ronda Rousey being
Well,
like
hey,
one of these
just-
things is the same as the
I'm
other.
the fountain of knowledge, people. I know some of the
okay.
old golden age stuff.
Okay,
It
what
spills out of
was
your mouth
what
like
was
vomit.
Tatanka's finisher's name?
Tomahawk chop.
What was it? What was it when he came back to WWE?
I know this one.
Okay, what is it?
The Waikia.
No, you're pronouncing it wrong, but nice try, boys.
Okay.
Oh,
So
shut
Was
up.
it the IKEA?
the IKEA.
The IKEA? What, did
So
he
hold
just drop you on a piece of Swedish-made furniture?
So how does that make sense? Because you could say Shawn Michaels' finisher was never the sweet chin music, because at one point in time it was the super kick. So we want to go into technicalities.
Oh,
It was a
semantics.
tomahawk
Okay,
chop.
okay. Here's a little bit of trivia for everybody here
we're
before,
talking
before we
about
go.
Ronda
Oh, no,
Rousey.
because the tomahawk chop and the Waikia aren't the same move.
Yeah, no, they're not. But
Oh, it was the bounce. Yeah, against
It was
the
a
ropes.
swing slam.
Yeah.
No, the tomahawk chop was his other finishing move. I'm just saying, when he came back in, like, what, it was like 2005? He had a comeback and he was like doing some matches and all that, and he would do this swing. It was like a swing slam, and it was called the Waikia.
Yeah, that was a stupid finisher compared to the
I thought it was a
tomahawk
cool name,
chop.
though.
Oh, yeah.
Cool name, Waikia.
All right, let's lay some trivia, because we're going to can't have 2-minute breaks in your trivia.
Okay, so before we go on the break, the trivia I was gonna say, what was Shawn Michaels' original finishing maneuver
Back with the Rockers.
before that, but also before he started off with the sweet chin music of the super kick? What was his finishing maneuver and what was it called? All right, guys, let's say hypothetically here for a second that you have a business, you're in a band, you're a podcaster like me, or you have a YouTube show, and you need some awesome new merch, business cards, logos, even maybe some t-shirts done up. Well, you need to look no further than my man, Mr. Jason Reese, over at Jaybird Digital Arts. Starting right now on this podcast today, Jason is offering a special 10% off discount just for listeners of The Harder Show when you mention The Harder Show upon contacting him. But what exactly does he do well? Jason does t-shirts, posters, album design, tickets, photo manipulation. You guys still with me? Advertising, business stationery, mailers, brochures, fine art, and anything else you can imagine, Jaybird Digital Arts can create it. Jason has done all of the t-shirts, logos, banners, and all social media stuff for both the Harder Show and for Harder Guitar Services, so I can promise that you will love and be inspired by what Jason comes up with. You can contact him on the web at www.jaybird, that's Jaybird, digitalarts.com, or you can search for him on Facebook and Instagram under the Jaybird Digital Arts handle. Search hashtag Jaybird Digital Arts for a look at all of his awesome and unique work. All right, so that trivia question I asked before the little break there was, of course, what was Shawn Michaels' finisher before it was Sweet Chin Music? Just after he was with the Rockers, what was his finishing maneuver? Ryan, you got anything yet?
If I had to take a guess, because I'm trying to think when he was back with Sensational Sherry, I don't know if he still ended with or if he started the elbow drop back then.
It was not the elbow drop.
No. And he didn't have the super kick then.
I shouldn't say it was.
The elbow was more of a signature.
No, it's a suplex.
It is a suplex of sorts.
It's a weird name, though. It's like a Saito suplex?
No.
A leg hook Saito suplex?
There. It's a type of back suplex. It's very, very... It involves the leg.
It's not the Tigerplex, is it?
No.
He does hook the leg, though, right?
He kind of hooks the legs. I'll explain the maneuver to you. Start off...
It's Japanese-inspired.
Belly to back. Mm-hmm. He hooks under the crotchal area.
Yeah.
Hooks, lifts up, and there's a back suplex.
Okay.
Into a pin?
Into a pin, bridge, whatever he wants to do.
Rising...
No.
No.
The last time I think I ever saw him do this
what's this like an Americanized name, though? Like a teardrop suplex or something like that?
You got it. Teardrop suplex.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So there was a teardrop suplex.
The only reason I knew that is because I was watching like a random old episode of Raw the other day, and I think he finished a match on that. I was like, what?
Yeah,
because I never realized it was.
The thing is,
I can't remember those days.
He stopped doing it because he couldn't hit
it was
on
like
big guys.
93.
Yeah,
and I think it was a pretty brief period of time he did it. But so that was the trivia.
Like this is like he was doing it like when Raw first went on air.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because then it was like a couple of months later he found Diesel basically, and then it was Shawn Michaels.
He was Shawn Michaels, Sweet Chin Music, Shawn Michaels. But enough about Shawn Michaels. We've got a list to get to here. We've had some pretty interesting names so far, and we're heading out now with number 5. Which is Ricochet.
Ricochet and or Prince Puma.
Either or.
Yep, same guy, just different names. So obviously, if you watch Lucha Underground, you know exactly what this guy's all about. I don't think he's that great promo-wise.
Don't let him talk.
If this is a guy that's going anywhere, like he's said differently before. I think he said that he wants to be a main event player. He wants to take the Balor route to WWE if he goes there. He wants to build up his name and all that and like be straight to the main event scene. But I'm like, if he came in right now, God, would he be good on 205 Live?
Oh, yeah.
God, would he be good just on NXT right now? Like,
just be a player.
This guy's a freaking machine. But, like, on Raw, the Cruiserweight division, he'd fit right in.
Yeah.
But he'd be completely in sync with the other Cruiserweights because, like, I think he's better than a lot of them, A.
Yeah. I mean, and there's some great talent in that.
He had to have been a guy they tried to get for the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, he had to have been.
Like, you watched that match with, like, Will Ospreay that, Vader got all mad at. Like, yeah, there was a lot of choreography in that, but holy crap, could he move around. And he would have, like, amazing matches. And, like, I feel like the only problem that they might have is WWE, if you watch the Cruiserweights on Raw now, they dilute their work so much.
A little bit.
Yeah.
They're playing it safe more than anything.
Yeah, and his work is so dependent, like, his character is so dependent on his in-ring work that I'm afraid if they did bring him in, they dilute him to the point where he'd be like, okay, he's just another cruiserweight now. And I wouldn't want that. So that's the only, like, but he'd be such a cool ad because he's so different. The only thing I would think of, like, do you bring in Ricochet or do you bring in Prince Puma?
I'd almost say you'd bring in Prince Puma. Ricochet's been done before. We all recognize the name from TNA, Lucha Underground. Or not from Lucha, but just TNA in general.
Yeah.
Prince Puma brings a dynamic where he's that tribal warrior. We don't have that. We don't see that. Ricochet, just another mask.
And he'd be another guy where you pair him up with Neville.
Good. Yeah.
Him and Neville with a match together? Oh, my
yeah.
goodness. You may imagine that main event of 205 Live. It would be mind-blowing.
Because you couldn't put him anywhere. I don't think he would fit well in SmackDown or Raw.
First guy to jump off the ceiling wins. Like,
God, climb up there.
First guy to jump off the ceiling wins.
Because they both climb up there.
But other than that, can't put him anywhere. Where are you going to put him? You could go SmackDown. He's got to go against Corbin Another Kalisto
that'd be
thing again?
interesting, actually, because I could see him actually giving more of a fight than Kalisto could.
It'd be more believable.
Yeah.
But it's still weird because he can't do his cruiserweight abilities against a lot of the main roster guys. They don't know how to fight that style.
I think it'd be cool if they called him the human pinball too. Like that'd be his
human pinball.
That'd be like his gimmick sort of thing. Like he'd be like the man gravity forgot versus the human pinball.
The human pinball.
That's a great nickname for a
makes him sound like a
cruiserweight.
goof though.
The human pinball.
Makes him sound like
his name's Ricochet.
Yeah, if you
he's a
bring
terrible
him to Ricochet.
shooter.
Actually, you bring him in as you bring him as anything. You bring him as King Ricochet. King Ricochet versus King Neville, because King Neville, Neville, King of the Cruiserweights.
But that's why Prince Puma
I'll be
would
the
sound
King
better.
of the Cruiserweights.
King Neville versus Prince Puma.
Dude, Neville's
Scottish Neville?
Neville's his character is so odd.
I know.
Yeah.
Like he looks,
But I'm for it.
Face.
demented.
Yeah,
But it
I like
works.
it. I'm for it. And he looks badass too. With his
He's
With his
Gene,
patchy beard.
yeah.
he's Gene Snitsky's little brother.
He's Gene Skitsky's little brother. But so moving on with our list here, we have our number 4, getting into some
Big names.
definitely some bigger names here. Not that some of those guys weren't big names as well. But we have number 4, Mr. Jay Lethal, someone that I think pretty much everybody's familiar
First
with.
thing I thought of, Kevin Owens versus Jay Lethal is the main event of Raw.
Yeah. Be a good fight. I mean, 4 years too late, unfortunately, in my opinion. I think Lethal's... The more WWE, if they want to make this happen, the longer they wait, the more risk of him becoming irrelevant.
It's possible, yeah, the longer they wait. Apparently he just signed with Ring of Honor an extension.
Yeah, because Ring of Honor's not
Stay
letting
there.
their prime gem go.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
But my other thought too is actually have him feud with Charlotte because of his whole Ric Flair thing in TNA.
Yeah. I don't know if they would allow that, for him to bring over that whole gimmick.
It's not good. There's going to be a cold day. Vince McMahon is going to be dead.
I know.
Before women and men wrestle.
No, not wrestling.
No, just get at each other.
Not a wrestling.
Oh, you're saying just
rivalry.
I
want him to do like the Ric Flair thing.
Yeah.
But do it to piss off Charlotte. I don't want them like. I admit I watch a lot of Lucha Underground. I love intergender wrestling. I think it's amazing. If it's done well,
Yeah.
like Sexy Star, oh my god, like she bumps for those guys, and they bump for her.
And that's the thing is they bump for her.
I watch the intergender wrestling on Lucha Underground. I'm like, this is just wrestling. I don't think of it any differently.
Exactly.
It's
That's how
the
it should
kicker
be.
because Lucha Underground has lucha fighting. When you see lucha, it almost looks like they're not taking severe bumps.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you put a strong arm guy versus,
Like I'm not gonna put Shinsuke against Charlotte at any point because he'd probably knee right through her. Like
But
he put a
anybody-
knee right through her gut.
even if it was Sami Zayn, like a guy who's used to strong style, but he's a good guy, that would still not be believable if he's throwing huge kicks.
But
at-
See
luchadors,
friggin'
you
Baron
can't work.
Corbin versus Sasha Banks. I can't see it.
I'd watch it.
yeah,
I mean, I'd watch the
something
match.
like the Miz versus Charlotte, that's getting a little bit more believable because
Yeah.
two mouthpieces.
Because exactly. But I want to see. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see Charlotte and Jay Lethal wrestle. I want to see the whole Ric Flair
Aspect.
Jay Lethal thing and him just tick off Charlotte more and more until eventually she beats the shit out of him one day.
Just loses
And then-
it on him.
Yeah, she just loses it on him because she would obviously be a face in that situation. He'd be doing, and the whole black machismo thing. Like, take hints of that stuff and just bring it into WWE and use it like with your existing people right now. I'm like, because like Lethal now, he doesn't have much in the way of charisma. I always thought him like him.
He's mediocre.
like he's not a killer, but he's a really good wrestler.
Yeah, he
But in
always has
TNA,
been.
they let him have that personality and everything.
Oh god, yeah.
So I'm like, dude, let him have that personality. Let him do it in WWE. I'm like, he could piss off Charlotte doing the Ric Flair stuff. Like, it'd be funny.
It'd be nice if he came in like
I'm
later
not,
on.
I'm not saying I want them to bring Jay Lethal in to be a comedy act because
Yeah.
he's better than that.
Yeah, but
But
Like,
later on,
I don't want them to Gallows and Anderson him.
God
Yeah.
no. But Lethal would be nice if he came in with somebody that we're going to talk about later on in the list. Someone that he's been so used to in Ring of Honor besides Kevin Owens, so much chemistry. Then the fans who may not know of Jay Lethal can realize, holy crap, this is what this kid's capable of because he's coming in with someone who has chemistry with, he can work with in the ring. And
Same way they brought in Owens.
Yeah. Owens, Balor,
Bring him against
Sami
John
Zayn.
Cena. They brought Owens again main
yeah.
roster against
Yeah.
John Cena.
Yep.
absolutely. But Jay Lethal, definitely a good pick. Moving on with the list, number 3, definitely a tag team that I think a lot of people are kind of surprised they haven't been in the WWE before, but there's a lot of reasons as to why. Mainly it's their own thing. And that is the Young Bucks.
I think out of anybody on this list, the Young Bucks have done the best job of actually building a brand.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like I know some people who casually watch wrestling who know who the Young Bucks are.
Exactly,
now.
they know
It's
who
like,
the Young Bucks are.
How the hell do you know who the Young Bucks are? It's like, oh, I just saw him here doing this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
super kick party.
and I think that's just, I love super kick parties, man. But like,
those are my favorite kind of parties.
I think one of the biggest things for them too was, you know, really helping cement the Bullet Club.
It helped.
Yeah, like, but they're just so weird. But it's not in like a way. It's not like the Broken Hardys how they're weird. The Young Bucks are just like goofs.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly.
you know, they can shift so easily into that really like laser focused sort of tag team where they're just dominant.
Like, kind of like DX in the sense of like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, DX. Like when they would be these
Kinda,
goofy,
yeah.
but then when they got in the ring, you were like, oh yeah, this is a
Somebody made a
badass tag
comparison.
team.
I don't know who, like now. This isn't to replicate wrestling style and all that. It's but replicate, you know, the domination. But it reminded somebody. I can't remember who said it. But if Tully
Jim
and
Cornette?
Arn knew how to party, they'd be the Young Bucks.
That's a bold
Who the
comparison.
hell said that?
I don't know.
That's something Luke Gallows would say.
But if Arn and Tully knew how to party, they'd be the Young Bucks because they can dominate people. But like, you know, Arn and Tully were also serious.
I'm
like,
sure back in the day they used to mix it up in the bar. But,
Yeah.
But
Well-
if Arn and Tully were modernized and knew how to party, they'd be the Young Bucks. I'm like,
But lose a couple pounds.
okay,
lose a couple pounds.
I can understand that.
Sort of.
Just Arn and Tully just super kicking people.
See,
Can't see it.
You guys made fun of me.
That's a little much.
You made fun of me about comparing to Tonka and Charlotte, but you just said
Hey,
Arn
I'm
and
not.
Tully
I'm
and
not
the Young
comparing that. That's
No, because
that's crazy.
I find how dominant they can be in tag
Yeah.
team. Like they don't win because of flukes. They don't win because of like crazy shit unless it involves the Bullet Club, I guess. But
But what do they do when they come up? Do they
I
have
would
a
see them
quick
on SmackDown Live just because you need stuff in that tag.
They need a
division.
good. They can
You
come
need
right
more
up to the main
credibility.
roster.
Yeah, not Rhino and Heath Slater as your first ever champions.
That was a Cinderella story. That just happened because it was beautiful. It was a beautiful story, and
Sure it
everybody
was.
loved it.
He's got kids, man.
He's got kids. He needs this job. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have our number 2 spot. Getting into the two big ones, I would say for
This
Brandon.
is probably the cleanest of all the selections I made.
the cleanest of all
What do you mean
selections.
by cleanest?
Well, who's
Moving on, number 2 is Mr. Kenny Omega.
the cleaner? Kenny Omega.
I actually dig
Elite. It's such an odd name, but it works. Like the nickname, the cleaner,
Yeah.
because you think about it, it's like, okay, that sounds stupid, but then you think, holy, that sounds badass actually, because like, you know,
Cleans
it's
up.
kind of like it's kind of like you call somebody a fixer. It's like that sounds dumb. That's not even a word. It's like, hold on, he fixes problems, sort of. You know, like Kenny Omega, he cleans it up. He cleans up. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of badass. And oh my god, Kenny Omega. Like I only became wary of Kenny Omega recently.
Yeah,
But then I went on YouTube and I watched a bunch of his stuff. The G1 Climax match with Tetsuya Naito. I think it was the
Amazing.
semis of the G1 Climax.
Yeah.
First of all, Japanese people are the only people that win that tournament. Kenny Omega won this year.
Which is a big deal.
That's huge. They'll just let any freaking foreigner come in and
I
win
mean,
that
unless you
tournament.
ask Carl Anderson.
Yeah, but even Carl Anderson would
it's
tell
a
you that
joke,
Kenny
yeah.
Omega's a
Yeah,
hell of
no,
a worker.
it was a joke.
But like,
That's his
and then
gimmick.
you know he has this weird cadence to his promos. Mm-hmm. He knows where to take. You know how like wrestlers they just know where to take their breaks. He kind of it's almost like he doesn't, but he knows exactly what he's doing still. You know, and he would like I think it was this match. He had a match where he talked to the crowd afterwards, and like he was. Say you know you have a line between heel and face. He was kind of like dancing over the line back and forth, and I'm like I don't know how he's doing this, but he's making me hate him and like him in the same moment. And he was saying how the crowd, you know, you started cheering for me when I would do this, and he's like, you would, you know, and then you would cheer for, I don't know if it was Naito or not, but just for sake of argument, you would cheer for Naito, and they did this, and I'm like, I don't know what exactly to think of you. Like, it's just really weird, but it was entertaining to watch, and it really catches your ear, and his work is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's great
But
in the
then what
ring.
impressed me the most, he speaks Japanese.
Really?
He speaks Japanese.
Good for him. Well,
I don't know how fluent
how
he
much,
is.
but
He's
yeah.
primarily
I don't
in
know
that
if it's
circuit.
I don't know if he's
He's
completely fluent, but he just starts. He ripped a promo in Japanese.
good for him.
So I'm like, okay, now you're over in two countries because you're over here. He's
one of those
he's
guys that,
automatically over here in Canada
Yeah.
because he's Canadian.
Uh-huh.
You're automatically over.
A.
States, they're gonna like the marks in the states are gonna be like, dude, this guy's amazing. He's working in Japan. He can speak Japanese.
The States would love Kenny Omega. They'd eat him
Kenny
up.
Omega, if Kenny Omega debuted, the only way he's debuting is main roster.
Really? I would have said NXT.
Kenny Omega? I can't see him go. I think he's a bigger star than Shinsuke.
That's what you do. Wouldn't you want to see Kenny Omega and Shinsuke go for the NXT title?
No, because I think by the time if Kenny Omega ever makes it over here, Shinsuke's gonna be on the main roster.
By then, he better be.
Because I think WrestleMania, Kenny Omega and Shinsuke Nakamura should main event at WrestleMania.
One day.
Because it would be absolutely insane.
See, I always thought Samoa Joe would go up before Shinsuke, and Shinsuke could help breed the.
I think
the
we're going to see
Japanese
Samoa Joe in the
wrestlers.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about that
You're
another
going to see
time.
two guys from NXT in the Royal Rumble at least.
Yeah.
You're going to see Samoa Joe, and at number 10, you're going to see Ty Dillinger. He's going to do a Sami Zayn thing where he comes into the Rumble, but he goes back to NXT after.
I want to see Ty Dillinger.
If Ty Dillinger comes into that 10 slot, the place is going to erupt.
If they don't, I'm going to be really pissed off.
You know, all you hear is just, you know, you're just like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10. And
then just, everyone will be just, even if he doesn't do that.
He's already over in the main roster anyways.
He is.
What happens when a guy gets knocked out of the ring?
10.
And
that's just the fans literally going, why the hell
I'm waiting for
isn't this guy on the main roster?
I haven't noticed it, like, if Cesaro does the spins anymore, but if Cesaro starts spinning anybody anymore,
Just
he's
say
10.
And it's great,
Kenny Omega.
But we'll talk about Royal Rumble stuff. But yeah, number 2.
The fact that he's a foreigner that won that goddamn G1 Climax tournament is like...
I didn't think he won it.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
No, that's what I mean. That's why I didn't think he would ever
And it was
win it.
I think it was after he.
Japanese
I think it was
title.
after he won it. I think it was Okada. Maybe he won it off of. Can't remember.
Wow.
But
him and Shinsuke would be a great match for him to open his
when
career.
he won, that's when he ripped that promo where he started talking Japanese and was like blurring the lines between heel and face. And that's after he won that because he had the huge trophy and all that. And I mean, and this is the guy. I mean, and it follows the idea of the guys who lead the Bullet Club coming to the WWE still.
Yeah.
I feel like if you lead the Bullet Club, your next stop is WWE.
Because you're so, like, you're just over just being a part of that group.
Who are the last two guys to lead the Bullet Club?
Finn Balor and...
Well...
Yeah.
Technically, it was the Good Brothers, but...
Finn Balor created the Bullet Club.
Yeah. And then he left.
Finn Balor led the Bullet Club. AJ Styles led the Bullet Club.
Oh, yeah.
They've both been world champions.
Yeah. Well, has Finn...
For a day reign is still a reign.
That reckless bugger took him out.
A day reign is still a reign.
Give me a break.
Don't talk about my boy that way. You know how I feel about Seth.
So that would be a good opportunity for Kenny Omega to come in.
Kenny Omega would just be the third world champion but he led the Bullet Club.
I would love to see him come in then when Finn and AJ are both around. Then he's got that option.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
who
he's going to be the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion before he comes over.
Oh, yeah,
really?
for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I just let him get that last
his...
accolade and come right. Yeah.
So
this is the best pick.
So we come now...
To the number 1 pick, baby!
Can I announce it? I've been so pumped to say it.
You can, but first,
Gold Dust.
It's Gold Dust. It's Gold Dust, guys.
No, I don't want to say it.
But before we say our number 1 pick,
baby,
we're gonna go back and some people already know who it is. We're gonna do a quick recap here. We got number 10.
Even though everybody knows who number 1 is now, if they know what.
Yeah, if they know, they're gonna know who it is. We got number 1. Sorry, number 10, we have Mr. Dalton Castle.
Dalton Castle.
I keep wanting to say Darton Hall Castle. What the hell is that?
Sexton Hardcastle?
Sexton Hardcastle. Who was Sexton Hardcastle?
Edge.
Yeah.
I was going to ask him because he probably doesn't know.
No, I thought it was Edge.
It
was either Edge or somebody.
The one Edge and Christian show where they're like the Edge and Christian show. He was actually wearing a Sexton Hardcastle shirt.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't know if you're a merc for yourself or not wearing that.
Oh, totally.
No, it's beautiful.
Edge is the biggest mark for himself ever, and it's wonderful. Number 9, we have the Broken Hardys. Number 8, we have EC3. Number 7, we had Veta Scott. I think I messed up that order.
No,
whatever.
No, you're good. You're right.
Number 6, we had Mr. Ronda Rousey. Miss Ronda Rousey.
Mr. Ronda Rousey.
Mr. Ronda Rousey.
Well, it could go
Mr.
either
Ronda Rousey. Shut up. Number 5, we had Ricochet, of course. Number 4, we had Jay Lethal. Number 3, we had the Young Bucks, the Young Bizzles. Number 2, we had Mr. Kenny Omega. And number 1, our number 1 spot for wrestlers we want to see in WWE in 2017 is Mr.
Heath Slater, baby. No.
Is Mr.
Oh, I thought you were going to announce it.
I'm literally pointing at you. What's his name?
His name is Adam
Cole.
Yes.
Baby.
Mr. Adam Cole.
Again, basically I guess
he's the guy you bring up.
He's the leader of, he was, I don't know if he still is.
Of the Young Bucks.
The leader of the American side of the Bullet Club.
See, I always look at him. He was the guy that ran with the Young Bucks.
Yeah, but he was, and then the one night,
the
one night when he had the match against, I think it was Lethal for the World Heavyweight Championship, Ring of Honor. The lights go out. Adam Cole. No, it was Colt Cabana, Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Lights go out. Lights come back on. There's because they were teasing a new member of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Out shows the Young Bucks and Adam Cole in Bullet Club stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy crap, Adam Cole is part of the goddamn Bullet Club now.
Before,
And that's when they went. I think they went on a humongous super kick party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like annihilated the announcers, the refs.
Before we go into how good Adam Cole and the WWE, can I just say that the Bullet Club over there is basically the NWO. They're bringing on too much, and they're just going to have the biggest group of big stars that's just going to bury the friggin' business by itself. It's been
100%.
done so many times before.
If they're not careful.
Yeah.
But
It'll be interesting to see where they take their newest member, but
yeah.
the American Nightmare.
The American Nightmare, Mr. Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
cool.
know why WWE never used that gimmick.
But then
Because you know what?
they'll
Stardust
have
worked too well. I
absolutely.
know it sounds weird, but Stardust was a great gimmick that he owned like his brother, and it
Imagine
went
he just
overs.
goes like Stardust cracks and he just becomes the American Nightmare.
Yeah, it would have been
It
great.
would have been great. And it's real quick. How'd you guys feel about the Dusty Rhodes teddy bear thing?
Oh,
Beautiful.
Dusty would have been fine with it.
Yeah, I don't know why
Can I
everyone's
tell you something about Dusty Rhodes, baby?
But
He
why
would
were
have got
people
it.
freaking out? It was for charity. You don't think Dusty would have been happy with that?
What the hell are you talking about?
Exactly. I'm just throwing you guys for a loop.
No,
when I hear the teddy bear toss, I think of hockey.
Dusty would have been fine with it because he knows that Anderson and
Got
Gallows, they need
heat.
heat.
Because it rips the head off of Dusty Rhodes.
Let me tell you something, baby.
bear.
Any way you can get heat, you find a way to get that heat, baby. I don't care if you have to rip a teddy bear's head off with my tights on it. It doesn't matter, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was superstar Billy Graham. Like he was like,
Don't get me started. I hate
he was.
superstar
Oh, I do
Billy
too.
How
But
do
he
you
was
hate
just he just
superstar Billy
Graham?
buried
Superstar.
Carl. He's like, I don't know which one's Gallows and which one is Anderson. It's like, man, shut up, you old.
Maybe if you're
fucker.
I don't know. I'm not a superstar.
But why I
Billy
mentioned the
Graham.
teddy bear toss? They've done it in hockey for charity. It'd be kind of funny if the Good Brothers are in the ring and everybody has a big just teddy bears. They just start whipping in the ring and just be like, wow.
And they just be like,
Raining
cool,
teddy bears.
Anyways,
whatever.
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole.
We're just ignoring the number one dude on the list.
Number one on the list, Mr. Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, and I want to say this with the Young Bucks. Did you ever bring all three up together or Adam Cole by himself?
I think
Just
you
to
bring in
go-
the Young Bucks first, and then you bring in Adam Cole because it brings up that it has that whole idea of like the what's the anticipation. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, the Young Bucks are here. Where's Adam Cole?
Yeah.
You know, or the Young Bucks are here. Where's Adam Cole? And you longer and longer and longer, and they'll. And like kind of the same thing we do with AJ. It's like AJ's here.
You knew
Where's
he was
Gallows and
coming.
Anderson?
Yeah.
Where are the
Yeah.
Good Brothers? You know, like
Where's the Good
Be
Brothers?
the next
the
big
Good Brothers.
faction for
Where's
a
the
little
Good
bit.
Brothers?
Just
you know,
push
where's the
them
rest of the Bullet Club? You know, like
Yeah.
But what do you do with the Bullet Club? Let's say Adam Cole and the Young Bucks are up. AJ and Carl Anderson and Finn are all healthy. Do you kind of have an event where you bring them all together? Do you have that?
They would
I think
tease it.
I think you have like they have their own factions and they just like
Raw versus SmackDown Bullet Club factions.
maybe.
Yeah, but
Like,
they wouldn't.
They
I
wouldn't
mean,
call it Bullet Club.
the
honestly.
Balor Club.
Yeah,
You
you
had the Balor Club and you had the Styles Club.
would be interesting. So who would it be? The Young Bucks, Adam Cole, and AJ versus Finn and Carl Anderson.
Or you have it be AJ Anderson
Gallows.
and Gallows, and you have it be Finn, Adam Cole, and the Young Bucks.
That'd be a freaking awesome.
I feel like that'd make more sense because I feel like with AJ he needs to be with
the boys.
he needs to be with the Good Brothers.
You have Club Blue and Club Red.
Because
Yeah.
you've already built those three guys as a team.
Mm-hmm.
They're the club. They still say that, right?
And they came in together. Adam Cole and Young Bucks could come in together, you know?
But
Like
then we'd have to accept too if they pair up with Finn, they have to go face.
either that or you do it where Finn's actually neutral.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you have these two warring factions on each brand. So you have Styles, Gallows, and Anderson, they're Club Blue. And then you have Adam Cole, Young Bucks, they're Club Red.
Yeah.
And and they're just absolutely they're ruining shows by just getting into these huge freaking turf wars. And the only guy who could freaking and you write off Balor TV for 3 months. Maybe
Yeah.
he's doing a movie.
Yeah. Something.
And finally, the only thing that can come to save the whole thing is the Demon.
the Demon King comes out and
The
just
Demon King comes out and he just doesn't say a word. Just they all take up. They all run. Because
'Cause they know.
the one guy they don't want to have to deal with is the guy who made. He's like I made you guys all famous.
Mm-hmm.
The place we were before and all that, all the things you've done from where you were before, it's all because of me, because it's something I came up, the brainchild I had.
Yeah.
So when you try to bastardize that idea I had because and all that, it pisses me off and it brings out the demon.
Yeah.
In so many words.
there's lots of ways they could do it.
Don't
but I think
bastardize this, this brainchild I had 5 years ago.
But don't do an NWO skit where he brings the clubs together in a sense.
Yeah, no.
No, I think it just resolves itself and they go
Yeah.
on their own ways. But like, have this be like you start this. Say, after you have this whole thing started up at SummerSlam and work it all the way till WrestleMania.
Yep.
And at WrestleMania, it's just it's Club Red
Versus
It's actually Club Red's leader versus Club Blue's leader versus Finn Balor.
Yeah. Why not?
For the Universal Championship.
Make it for a championship. Who knows? So it's a triple threat match where he comes out as the demon and all that, and Finn goes over the both of them.
If that doesn't happen, can I propose a match to you guys? Adam Cole versus Sami Zayn. First time he comes in the WWE.
God.
That'd be
Oh my
amazing.
goodness.
I'm just gonna throw it out
That
there.
match
boys.
would be way too good.
That's what I mean. Like, what a good start for Adam Cole. Sami Zayn needs a heel. Adam Cole's the guy. It's like, yeah.
If there was ever an injury to whoever was like United States champion, and Sammy Cole,
Sami Cole. New tag team.
Sami Zayn won like a number one contenders match, or like he won. He's like, okay, you win this match, you get to be the one guy in the match.
Yeah.
At say Payback
for
for
the vacant title.
Well, who am I fighting? You'll find out at Payback.
That's a great way to
Out
bring
comes
something.
Adam Cole comes out. What's up? They have an amazing match. He takes out Sami Zayn, but he does it by some sort of like dastardly heel.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
debauchery.
Yeah. And he's just like, look, now you've built a pretty good heel because Sami Zayn's pretty beloved.
Oh, yeah.
And now you have even more sympathy on Sami Zayn's side.
Absolutely.
And he's just got that
And
personality.
you know how
where
he could
just
lose?
piss
He got
off.
the Young Bucks come and just super kick Sami Zayn.
Done.
Who are these guys? Oh my god, it's the Young Bucks! And they just super kick Sami Zayn!
Oh my God, it's the Buck Youngs.
The Bucks of Youth.
The Bucks of Youth.
I don't know what it is
The
with
Bucks
Adam
of
Cole's.
Youth.
And have that, and almost have like Adam Cole's gimmick to be a real heel. He never uses a finishing move.
Yeah.
His finishing
be
move
great.
is the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
He's just guys like weary and all that. Puts his hands up, almost like Eric Bischoff calling in 3-minute warning.
Yeah.
But it's just Adam Cole stands on
Young
the ring
Bucks
in the
just
corner,
slide in the ring.
puts his hands out. Young Bucks come in through the freaking stands, super kick the guy or run out,
Yeah.
and then Adam Cole goes for the pin. That's his finishing move. His
It
finishing
relates
move
itself.
is this because he calls the Young Bucks.
And you know what? That we've never seen that before. So it'd be a cool heel moment for
It'd be
such a
cool like
personality.
once in a while. It'd be cool. Like every night, I'd be like, nah.
That would make it a heel. Though.
But think
Fair
of what,
enough.
But think of what
If you
Jericho
don't like
did
it,
with,
it's gonna be a heel.
Yeah.
Well, think of what Jericho did with Owens. Everybody doesn't like it that Jericho keeps coming in, but
Yeah,
it's
everyone's
over.
complaining, but it's
Owens
over.
is a heel.
Yeah. Get over it.
Get over it, guys.
Owens,
Kevin Owens is-
of a heel.
I really care for them, Marky.
Hey, Kevin Owens is smart and funny. Get over it.
Kevin Owens is smart and very funny. So smart and so funny. Every time Kevin Owens talks about it being his show, I just lose my shit.
But then actually, he's a guy I wouldn't want to see Adam Cole go against. Adam Cole comes up. I wouldn't want to see him go against certain guys like Jericho.
I'd like to see Adam Cole and Jericho go at it.
That'd be great.
Really?
I think Jericho can have a match.
Eh.
Because the comparison I have to Adam Cole, I think Adam Cole is Seth mixed with Shawn with better mic skills. Yeah, can't talk.
Oh, okay. So
He's
that's,
Seth and
that's a
Shawn with better
terrible
mic
comparison.
skills.
So that's just a terrible comparison.
He's got more charisma than Seth.
Yeah.
I think a wet plastic
He's-
bag has more charisma than Seth. I'm pretty sure I have more charisma. No, I'm just
Okay,
joking.
okay.
I like Seth.
I don't. He reminds me of Shawn Michaels in the ring. He's not as good as Shawn Michaels,
The
but he's
body
also
language.
28. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Is he really? Oh yeah, I thought he was in his 30s.
He's young,
Okay, so he's got some time left on him where you can put him against
and he
somebody.
can refine those skills. And who knows? Maybe he could be as good as Shawn Michaels one day in the ring.
But those are the guys. I don't want to see the young kids go against older guys like Jericho. He's great. He
No,
can
but
put kids over, but he
That's what
shouldn't have to.
I would use him for. I would use him to actually, have a really good match with a veteran, put him over.
Yeah. The hell.
Yeah,
It's interesting. I think it'd be interesting to see all these names in the WWE.
Adam Cole versus Xavier Woods, just for some fun
Xavier
stuff.
Woods go over.
Oh, God,
Xavier
get
Woods
out.
goes over.
Xavier Woods go
The
over.
New Day always goes over.
Yeah,
No, just Xavier Woods. I want Xavier Woods to be the cruiserweight champion.
he's not cruiserweight.
I don't know.
Is that
Oh, he
Cole
would be.
cruiserweight? Is
I got
he small
WWE
enough?
2K17 and Xavier Woods is my cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, but is
Oh,
Adam
there you
Cole
go.
light enough where he can
Pretty
shed
sure
some
he's
pounds?
only like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Adam Cole's not a
He
big
could do
dude.
it.
No, can you imagine he comes in and wins the cruiserweight title? How much the fans would be like, "Thank you for wasting our number one pick."
Thank you. All of the listeners of the Harder Show would
I
go,
was gonna
thank you
have
for
him main event
wasting.
Raw, but this is okay, I guess.
This is
Yeah.
good too. It's fine. Whatever.
205's cool.
Whatever. We'll take it.
Oh, okay. It's just gonna be. It's just gonna be Adam Cole versus Arya Davari. Okay.
All right.
I hate wrestling.
Take care.
All right. Take care. All right. So I've been TJ. This has been Ryan,
Yep.
the heel Ryan Wood, and this has been Brandon. Brandon, thank you for making that wonderful list.
No
and,
problem.
Bringing me the idea. I think it's been a good
idea.
list.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna.
I wish I would have known a little more about some of the guys, but like, yeah.
I think it was good. I mean,
so much wrestling I can ingest.
that's like, there's only so much wrestling you can talk about in an hour.
Yeah,
right.
It's all fantasy for all
It's
we
all-
know.
like
most of it's all
people
pretty
who
much
listen to this
fantasy.
people are like, oh my god, you're so off about New Japan and all that. I'm like, well, I watch a little bit of New Japan. I don't watch a whole ton of it.
These
Yeah.
are just the stars that we see. We want to bring into the WWE with WWE training, charisma, and all that, and they almost have to ignore their roots. We're thinking WWE.
Exactly. That's our list. All right, guys. So that was my podcast with Brandon and Ryan talking about the top 10 wrestlers we would like to see signed by the WWE in 2017. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun recording that podcast, if you guys couldn't tell. Even though it was a list that Brandon did, there's a lot of names on there I truly did agree with, and it was nice to have Ryan there as well to put his input in the list as well. I think there were some cool names. Ronda Rousey thing. Obviously, with her losing her fight, actually the day we recorded that was when she did her fight and lost in like 48 seconds. Don't know if she'd still be someone on the list, but I mean, I still think that she's someone who could still come in and make an impact. You know, her record still does speak for itself, so I think it's interesting. I think as of today, as I record this this outro here, Kenny Omega did announce that he's going to be taking some time off in Japan to reassess his career. I don't know what that means. Maybe we'll see the cleaner in the next year or something. Who knows? It'd be cool. It'd be exciting. But I think it's a great list. I really appreciate you guys checking it out today. If you are a wrestling fan, be sure to keep it locked here to the Hotter Show, as I do talk wrestling quite a bit. If you're not a fan of wrestling even and you check out this podcast, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I do talk about a lot of different topics, as well as wrestling, music, everyday life, current events going on in the world, a little bit about gaming. If you are into gaming, I do have a YouTube channel as well, The Hotter Show, which I do some kind of, I call them harder plays. But they're basically me playing different games. I did some for Emily. I did a couple for Emily Wants to Play and one for Star Wars Battlefront, and I will definitely be doing some in the future. I have some stuff planned for Skyrim. I have some stuff planned for Fallout 4 whenever I make that happen, and for 2K17 whenever I make that happen as well. So definitely lots going on. I'm very excited for this year, guys. So grateful for you taking the time to check this out. Be sure to check out all the social medias. It's all under the Harder Show handle, just the Harder Show, all one word, on the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also email me anytime at thehardershow@gmail.com. I will always respond to emails as soon as I get them. Depending on how you're listening to this episode, be sure to either subscribe on the iTunes if you're listening on there. If you're there, maybe leave a little rating for The Hotter Show. Always appreciate that. The more ratings we have, the better we do on the iTunes charts. So I do appreciate those 5-star ratings. If you're listening on the SoundCloud, be sure to follow us on there to keep up with everything that goes on the SoundCloud. Everything's always put up first on the SoundCloud. So if you are checking it out on the SoundCloud, be sure to follow, keep up with everything that goes on there. Or, of course, if you're listening on the YouTube, be sure to leave a like or dislike on this video and subscribe to The Harder Show to keep up with all things related to the podcast, any vlog videos I do, any Harder Plays gaming stuff. Lots going to be going on the YouTube this year, so very excited about that. I am so excited. Guys, thank you so much again for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time on The Harder Show. Take it easy.